Okay, this is map 11. As usual, the first step is to start to interpret the features that we can see on the map and then decide the order in which we're going to construct the cross-section, followed by doing the actual cross-section itself. So what can we see? Well, the initial impressions are that we've got a discordant igneous body, which is running north-south on the map, as well as another igneous body over on this top right-hand corner, which looks like it's a Pluton, large igneous body and discordant. We've also can spot down the left-hand corner a boundary which cuts across other ones, and it's got a dip direction of 10 degrees towards the southwest. This feature here looks like it's an unconformity, so let's mark that on. We've also got other features on the map. We can see that some layers are repeated and the dip directions change. Some are tilted 30 degrees towards the northeast, others are tilted 60 degrees towards the southwest, etc. Then up in the top left-hand corner, we've got this fault. All the layers are striking in a northwest-southeast direction, therefore their APTs must be doing so as well. So if we start off the middle, this white layer is not repeated, but the stippled layers for layer A are on either side and they're dipping away from each other. This will suggest that we've got an APT in the middle, and that one there is an antiform because they're dipping away from each other. And if we look further towards the southwest, we can see two units which are tilted towards each other, suggesting that we've got a synform. But where would the APT go? Well, this layer here, which is layer C, is not repeated, but the stippled layers are on either side, which is rock unit A. Therefore, the APT must be in the middle. Again, is trending in northwest-southeast direction, and this time we've got a synform. Now, one thing to notice on these folded layers is that if our layers have got the same amounts of dip on either side of our fold axis, can you see the outcrop width is exactly the same on either side of the APT. But if we look at the synform, this dip here is 60 and it's narrower compared to the limb which is tilted 30 degrees. Okay, so we've got two limbs of unequal dip, suggesting this fold axis is going to be inclined, whereas this one here, where you've got two dips of equal value, then this one is going to be a vertical fold axis. Okay, one more last thing to notice on the map before we do the cross section is in this top corner here, I need to continue the APT for the folds across. The white, the APT is there, it's going to be in the middle, and this layer here is being displaced over there, so it's going to continue on this side. Now, the big question is that fault going to be one that's got vertical displacement or one that's got horizontal displacement? Well, a couple of bits of evidence. The dike that we've got here is likely to be vertical because it's almost straight. And this is showing offset. And that will suggest that this fault is a strike-slip fault or a lateral fault. And the other bits of evidence which correspond to that, the outcrop width for this white layer, layer D, is exactly the same width on either side, and it's the same for this layer C here, suggesting that it's a lateral fault. So if I use the offset of this dike, the northern side of the fault has moved towards the south west, whereas this side has moved towards the northeast, suggesting it's a sinistral or a left strike slip. Okay, I've transferred the information onto my strip of paper. I need to decide the order in which I'm going to construct my cross section. Looking at the map, I can't really tell the age relationships between the unconformity and the igneous body, because there's no sort of direct relationship between the two. So I think for this one, I am going to put the igneous body in first, the Pluton. Then I'm going to mark on the unconformity, and then I'm going to mark on the folded layers. Okay, so I've decided the igneous body is going to go in first, the Pluton, then the unconformity in the layer above it, and then the folded layers afterwards. So I'm going to mark on my igneous body first. There's where the contact is, and I'm also going to mark on the metamorphic aureole as well. They're both going to have the same dip, and they're going to be steeply tilted towards X to show its discordancy. So retain the sort of same angle. Let's mark on the metamorphic aureole. Need to put on the unconformity now, and we know it's tilted 10 degrees towards X. So there's the unconformity there. Label it on. Okay, now in this section here, I know I'm going to have two folds. I'm going to have my synform and an antiform. I'm going to start these boundaries up here first because I can be more certain of them, because this one here is just hidden underneath the unconformity, so I'm going to have to project that boundary through in a little while. So these two boundaries first up there, and then I'll do the stuff on this side of the cross section. Okay, so this boundary is going 60 degrees towards Y, so is this one. These two are going 60 degrees towards X. Now, these two are going to join together because they're the lower boundary for layer D. And then this is the upper boundary for layer A. So this is 60 degrees. That one. I'm not going to take it too far down at the moment because I don't know how far they're going to connect together, but that should come round and do that on here to put in the antiform. Okay, this on the other limb, 6 degrees in the opposite direction. Same for that one as well. Now I know this one's going to connect with that boundary there. This one's going to go down. Now we know it's got a synform, so it's going to come back up here. So we need to mark that boundary on, which is, there's the boundary. This is 30 degrees towards Y. So, classic mistake. I extended that too far. That's why I always do it in pencil so you can rub things out afterwards. I'm going to extend my unconformity a bit higher. Take that up to there. That's dirty ones. Okay. Okay, so I need to join this round and come back up here. So the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to project where this would hit the line of section. It comes to about there. Let's mark it onto my strip of paper. To be there, so it hits the base of the unconformity at this point. 30 degrees from there. Just going to join it with that boundary. It's white underneath there, coming around. Almost finished. Just need to mark on my fold axes. We know from this APT and the angle over here that this fold axis is going to be vertical because we've got limbs of the same dip on either side. There's your symbol. And this one here, you can tell it's going to be inclined. So if I join up the two hinge points and put the symbol on. There we go. Igneous intrusion, intruding folded layers that are being cut across by an unconformity, which is dipping at 10 degrees. Finished.